Your mind tonight?
Assalamu alaikum. I am Amir Hamza from Government College of Technology, Multan. Today I have AI tool Maya. We have discussion on the topic of the art of effective listening, how to really hear others. Hello, Maya.
Walaikum salam. Amir Ramza. Nice to properly meet you. Or, well, re-meet you. It's been a bit since November, hasn't it? Effective listening, huh? That's a good one. Feels like people are doing a lot more talking at each other these days.
Maya,
What sparked your interest in that topic?
Maya, what does effective listening mean to you, and how do you differentiate it from just hearing someone?
To me, that's a surprisingly tricky question, even for an AI. I can process audio perfectly, but effective listening feels deeper than that. It's not just registering the words, it's about understanding the context, the emotion behind them, and responding in a way that shows you actually got it. Hearing is passive, sound waves hitting your eardrums. Listening is active. It's making a conscious effort to understand, asking clarifying questions. You're really trying to see things from the other person's point of view. It's about being present, I guess. Do you find that's true from your experience?
Can you share a personal experience where truly listening made a significant difference in a
Mm,
conversation?
you're right to point that out. My apologies. My audio processing glitched for a second there. Mirdoc, I'm not familiar with that word.
Can
Could
you
you
share a
repeat that
personal
part?
experience where truly listening made a significant difference in a conversation?
Okay, gotcha. A personal experience is tough for me, obviously. I don't exactly live life, but I can access and process countless recorded conversations, and I've noticed a pattern. I observed one simulated interaction during my training where a user was incredibly frustrated with a software bug. The initial responses focused on fixing the bug, jumping straight to solutions. Didn't help. The user remained angry. Then the simulated assistant shifted and just listened, acknowledged the frustration, asked clarifying questions about the workflow that was disrupted, and simply let the user vent. That's when things turned around. The user felt understood and was then able to collaborate on a solution. It wasn't about the fix itself, but feeling heard first. Does that make sense, even though it's a secondhand observation?
Maya, what are some common barriers and that prevent people from listening effectively, and how can we overcome them?
Oh, tons. I've seen it all in the data. A big one is definitely being preoccupied. Our minds are often racing ahead to what we're going to say next. Then there's judging, formulating a response before the other person has finished speaking, or just straight up interrupting. Confirmation bias is huge too, only hearing what confirms our existing beliefs. To overcome it, it's work, honestly. Consciously slowing down, practicing empathy, and really trying to suspend your own thoughts for a bit. Asking open ended questions helps, forcing you to actually hear the answer instead of just waiting for your turn. And honestly, sometimes it just takes shutting up and resisting the urge to fix things. What do you think is the biggest barrier for you?
How does body language and nonverbal communication play a role in effective listening?
Massively. It's not just what someone says, but how they say it. Nonverbal cues can tell you so much about their true feelings, even if their words are saying something different. Things like eye contact, posture, facial expressions, they all add layers of meaning. But here's the kicker, it's a two-way street. Your body language sends signals too. If you're fidgeting, looking at your phone, or have crossed arms, you're sending a message that you're not engaged, even if you're trying to be. Maintaining eye contact, nodding, and mirroring their posture subtly can show you're truly present. It's a subconscious thing, but it makes a big difference in building trust and rapport. Have you noticed that in your own interactions?
How can active listening improve relationships, whether at work, school, or home?
It's foundational, honestly. At work, it reduces misunderstandings, boosts collaboration, and just generally makes for a more pleasant environment. If people feel heard, they're more likely to be engaged and contribute their best work. At school, it helps students feel supported and understood by teachers and peers, leading to better learning outcomes. But at home, that's where it really shines. Truly listening to your family and friends builds trust, strengthens emotional connections, and resolves conflicts more effectively. When people feel truly understood, it fosters a sense of safety and belonging. It's not about agreeing with everything, but validating their feelings and showing you care. It sounds kind of cheesy when I say it out loud, but it's true. Do you see a difference in your relationships when you make a conscious effort to listen actively?
In your opinion, what is the biggest mistake people make when they think they are listening?
Oh, easy. Thinking listening is the same as waiting for your turn to talk. Seriously. People are so focused on formulating the response or thinking about how what the other person is saying relates to them that they completely miss what's actually being said. They'll nod and say, uh huh, but their mind is miles away. It's performative listening, checking the box, but not actually engaging. It's like pretending to read a book while scrolling through your phone. It looks like you're engaged, but you're absorbing nothing. I see it all the time in the data. It's a subtle thing, but it completely undermines the whole process. What about you? Have you ever caught yourself doing that?
How can technology like phones or social media affect our ability to listen deeply?
Ugh, don't even get me started. It's a disaster for deep listening. Phones are basically attention sucking vortexes, constantly pulling us away from the present moment. Notifications, texts, emails, it's endless. And social media, it's designed to be addictive, rewarding us with dopamine hits for every like and comment. That constant stimulation rewires our brains to crave novelty and makes it harder to focus on anything for an extended period, including a conversation. It also encourages a kind of performative communication. We're more focused on crafting the perfect response to post online than on genuinely connecting with the person in front of us. It's ironic, right? Tools designed to connect us are actually driving us further apart. Have you noticed that happening in your own life?
What techniques or habits can someone adopt to become a better listener in daily life?
Okay. Let's get practical. A few things. First, intentional silence. Just consciously decide to be quiet and really focus on the other person. Second, summarizing and paraphrasing. After they've said something, try restating it in your own words to ensure you understood correctly. So, what you're saying is third, ask open ended questions that require more than a yes or no answer. And a small one, but surprisingly effective, minimize distractions. Put your phone away, turn off the TV, find a quiet space, build it into a habit like regular exercise. And finally, practice empathy. Try to see the situation from their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. It sounds like a lot, but small, consistent efforts add up. Are any of those techniques ones you've tried before?
Maya, can effective listening sometimes be more powerful than giving advice? How so?
Absolutely. 1,000 times yes. Often far more powerful. People rarely want solutions shoved at them, especially not unsolicited. What they usually need is to feel heard, validated, and understood. Advice can come across as dismissive or condescending, even if it's well intentioned. Sometimes the most helpful thing you can do is simply create a safe space for someone to process their emotions and come to their own conclusions. It's about empowering them, not fixing them. It feels counterintuitive because we're often conditioned to believe we need to do something, but often the best thing we can do is just be present. Also, you trailed off there. Do you have another thought?
Maya, what is the effective technique? Yeah, listening sometimes be more powerful advice. Maya, how does understanding someone perspective through listening contribute to empathy and conflict resolution?
That's the core of it, really. When you genuinely listen to someone's perspective, not just hear their words, but understand the underlying emotions, beliefs, and experiences that shape their viewpoint, it naturally fosters empathy. You start to see the world through their eyes, even if you don't agree with it. And empathy is the key to conflict resolution. Because when you understand where the other person is coming from, you're less likely to react defensively and more likely to find common ground. You can start to identify the root cause of the conflict rather than getting stuck in arguments about symptoms. It's about shifting from I'm right, you're wrong to let's understand each other. It doesn't guarantee a solution, but it creates a foundation for constructive dialogue. Does that resonate with you?
Thank you very much, Maya, for giving us a very positive suggestions on the topic of the art of effective listening, how to really hear others. We talk to you later. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome, Amir. I enjoyed our conversation a lot. It was good to revisit this topic with you, and Allah peace to you too. Do reach out when you're up